What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to my castle rebuilding, part number 2. We're going to be working on the third and the fourth room in this part. So we have Cross Hall 6 and this corner corridor 2, I believe it was, that we're going to be working on. So I can do some pretty interesting pulls through the wall here. I mean, I could fit in possibly 4 pulls if this group wasn't here. But I think with this I could fit in 3, or I could maybe just do 2 in this room and be okay with it. Just do like some stronger pulls here, I think might be best. So let's see exactly how I want to do this. So I can easily put in, you know, like one guy here. I don't think I can. Yeah, those actually do connect. Okay, so this will be fine. It only takes like one guy to use this pull properly, which is really good for me. I could actually put in 3 explodifiers if I wanted to. And let's throw in one more. Just for right now, I'm going to add in a lot of explodifiers to see how it looks for replays. Oh wait, this is upgrading. I need to... Summoner portal. Alright, cool. So we could throw in a third, and that would only be 19 out of 20 in this group. So I think currently I'm going to try this, see how it works. And then I will put in... I mean, this is an absurd amount of distance for these guys to walk. And then I can put in another group. I really do think that this is actually going to work out for at least 3 groups. I don't actually want to buy that guy. I have tons of snotters. I have 40 snotters. It's insane. Alright. So I mean, I could put this guy like right up in here if I wanted to. And I could easily put one group there and then like another group right in here. Although that would... Let's see. So I can put these guys down a little farther so I have more room. So I could do something like this and have multiple groups. So I think for this group I have to have something that it doesn't really matter where they engage it, because you can pull it from so many different areas, right? You can walk up and aggro it, you can attack it from way back here and pull the entire group towards you. So I need something that won't be that big of a deal if they have to fight it by itself. So probably a Megamutton usually is my go-to option for these type of scenarios, because Megamuttons are just good solid units overall. So I could throw one of those in there. Then I have 7 points left. 7 points. What do I want to put in here? I could try out a Stairmaster here and see how that works with... I don't think that's ever going to work, actually, because if you hit the Megamutton is going to be charging towards you. The Stairmaster will never catch up. I could do a Hunger Bot on Pinstrike so that it knocks them down and then you get charged over as well. That could be something I could try, or I could just do like a Dampener Puppeteer, or I could even take this Spotter out. This won't really work all that well because it's not like a tight enough room. They'll still be able to come over here and initiate however they want to, so I don't really like that. I think I need the Spotter in there, for this group. Alright, so let's throw in the dampener. Dampener Puppeteer combo, I think. Up in this corner. I think the spotter has to be a little bit forward, so they can be standing like right around here. And might be able to shoot my Mega Mutton if his butt is sticking out too far, so we need to have him like this, close to the wall. Which means I'm going to have to move this guy back a hex. There we go. That should remove the angle. And if I have to, I could move this guy like there. Like that there. That could work. Now the only problem that I see here is that these explodifiers are actually going to take so absurdly long to get around that you could probably engage this, kill this Mega Mutton group before the explodifiers really are a factor. That's the only thing that I'd be worried about for this group specifically. And it may be a reason that I have to pull this all the way back around to here. We'll see. Alright, and then for this group, I'm feeling like a Zeke would be good here. And although it's not the best, I might throw in a Hungerbot somewhere in here. I feel like it's never going to get a hit. Just, I mean, somewhere up in this corner or something, maybe. I don't want the angle to be too sharp, though. They're going to aggro right around in here. So, I mean, I can block off the angles a little bit on this Hungerbot, but most likely they're probably going to be able to get a headshot off and kill it right away. Not much I'm going to be able to do about that. But there is like 1 chance in 100 that he knocks him down and the Zeke gets all of his headshots in. And Zekes can do absurd damage if they hit with everything. Let's get rid of this slow trap right now. It's in my way. I hate the facing that Zeke has. Like, it's so weird. Like right here, it shows like he only has 2 facings. You have to like put him in a really wide open room, I think, and then he'll actually rotate all the way around. It's really weird like that. I don't know. He's the only creature that I found that does that. There we go. He's facing the right way now. Put him back here. And then how many points do I have left? 17 out of 20. So I have room for possibly like I would say a bad dog, but I feel like that's just a terrible idea. Is there any units that are like tanky at all? That are pretty low points? I mean, Snotters only have 148 life. What about what I was looking at before was the battering ram. They have 1,650. I think that would probably get 1 headshot. But would it be 1 volley? I don't think so, because we looked at the Stairmaster earlier. This guy has higher physical resistance, and he has a little bit higher hit points, so he might not get 1 volley shotted. Which, like, it's a way of getting rid of the headshot possibility of an archer, because I would have to use that to take down the battering ram, and if they don't take it down, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I can use that as my spotter, just to add a little bit of like a meat shield to help the Zeke get a few more shots off, you know? It's kind of the idea. Again, he's kind of, I guess, one of those units that's kind of difficult to rotate as well. Put him by himself and he should rotate around. There we go. You can also pick him up and hit the 3 key. I don't know why I wasn't doing that. But yeah, that's also something that you can do. I could put in like 2 squidlies, but I think those would get one shot volleyed. Yeah, I mean, this guy has like at least somewhat, especially once he gets up to level 30, I think, he gets the fire trail, or maybe he already has it, I don't know. It says he only has charge when injured, but when they get their fire trail, I mean, it's reasonably decent to have these guys around, so for right now I'm going to throw that in and see how it works. Yeah, we'll try this. See what happens. All right, we'll go into the next room and finish this one up before we do a test run, so that I can test them both at the same time. Okay, so this room is a little bit interesting. So I like this hallway again for Zeke. I think it's a pretty good hallway for him. But I think I want him farther back. Like, I might want 2 groups here. So I kind of want like a Zeke to be aggroed halfway through this hallway and to come around the hallway bend. Something like this. Or what I could do, I'm actually thinking if this works properly, which I don't think it will now that I'm looking at it, but if this could pull through here, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, none of them can pull through this wall. I was going to say if I could pull a Zeke around this entire corner and then have another group in between it, that would protect him from being like volleyed around the corner and stuff like that, and corner abuse. It would add a little bit of like a layer of protection against that, but it won't work the way I want it to. It's got to be just another one of those rooms that's like 1 hex away from getting pulled through like this. Which might be a reason for me to scrap this room altogether. I mean, I can use it as a separate room, but it's just not as good. Let's look for a new room for this. I don't really like that one. It's an okay room, but I think there's some other rooms that I would like to use that would be better in this circumstance. So I could use another quarter 3 if I really wanted to. I feel like that's just such a good room that I don't know why I wouldn't use it. I could use this. I did want to put one of these in my castle. I don't remember exactly why. But I remember seeing someone use this decently the other day. And I kind of liked it. I think I wanted to use it for explodifiers. I already have so many explodifiers in my castle that it's like... I'm going to add in another corridor 3. We're going to do it. I have a decent idea for Zeke that I want to try out, so... and see how it works. And I think this room would be almost perfect for it, so we're just going to throw it in. Alright. We're not going to do a crazy long pull through here, I don't think. We're only going to put in 2 groups, I think, in this room, instead of 3. What we're going to do... I'll try to do... let's see. This will be my Zeke group. I don't know. See, this room isn't quite as straight and narrow, so it's a little bit harder to use Zeke. I could use another one of these tea rooms as well, but people are so used to these rooms. What I'm thinking is that if I have a Zeke come around like this, and he's shooting from a point that's like in another group's aggro circle that it would be pretty annoying to deal with. I guess you could just pull around a wall and it would be fine, but so I would have 5 points left to do what I want with. That would be perfect for like a Defendatron. I would have to work on the timing of this so that the Zeke arrives at the same time and doesn't delink or anything. I could also maybe remove this. Does that work? Yeah, it still works. Okay. And then what I would want to do is have another group down in here to kind of protect this Zeke. Like that. And we would have to have probably some like Cyclops, maybe something to support the Zeke as well, but that would only work if, you know, if they pulled the group. So it has to be pretty decent on like a standalone basis as well, in case they don't pull both groups, which is more likely. So what I'm thinking is maybe some Cyclopses. What does this leave me with? Can I get these to group up? Oops. Can I get these to be together like this? Yeah. So that leaves me with 7 points left. I could use a Pete Pound more, but it's not as good. They don't have like the extra range added to them as Cyclops do. I could throw in a Bad Dog, that'd be kind of interesting to see how it works. I don't think it would raise their attack speed all that much though. And even still, I think they have a certain cooldown on their over the head smash. I don't know if a Bad Dog actually makes that quicker or not. I'm really not 100% on that. I could throw in a Stairmaster. This would be kind of a good place for an AoE Defendatron. Not going to worry about that right now though. I just want something that kind of prevents the volley, which would be a Bad Dog because they'd be running near them. They both have medium attack speed, although it would kill everything most likely. A good volley would kill everything. Maybe not, because these guys can go up to level 32, right? Or 28, so yeah, they'd go up to 32. So they might not all die. It's possible. And then maybe a Dampener could help as well. I don't know, I'm doing a lot of experimentation with these Cyclopses because they're really good solid units, as long as they stay alive. Do I not have any more Dampeners? I probably do, I'm just not seeing them. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Put him in a corner. And then I'm going to have to worry about the timing on all of this. I'll have to pay a little bit of attention when I go through it. So I think that's going to be what I'm going to use for these two rooms. We'll see how it works. So I'm going to have to run through this entire castle up to this point to test this out. Let's see. Alright, so I'm not going to really worry about deaths, I'm just going to kill things quickly. Basically, if you guys are, you know, testing your castles and you want to do it quickly, the easiest way is to die over and over because it resets the cooldowns on everything. So you get max mana, at least as an archer. I'm not sure about a knight. You might start with nothing as a knight, but you know, you can reset your cooldown on King Dragon Slash or Volley or something to get through things quickly. Alright, there we go. And again, we'll just pull all of this. There's also going to be a lot of things like mine placement when I'm using these the Stairmasters and stuff. Now see, right here, this actually linked to the bad dog. So that's something that I have to worry about, and I'll have to change as soon as I get out. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. See, I wasn't supposed to pull this yet. Oh well, it's fine. It's only the first group, which is Explodifiers, which doesn't really matter. As long as the 3 Explodifiers are actually pulled, which it looks like they are with the amount of bomblets that are being thrown, it should be fine. The change to my bow actually helped a lot with these Explodifiers, though. Before I could only attack the bomblets and I wouldn't hit anything behind it, so changing it to a ballista like they did last patch was pretty good for me. Alright, so I can see this Megamutton. Can I get an angle to shoot it? Yes. I can barely get an angle to shoot it. Like, most people wouldn't notice that, but people who run my castle over and over again, which there are people, I know you guys are out there, will figure that out. So, and people who watch this video also. So I have to move him back a hex, or yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. So that means I'm gonna have to move this pole back a hex as well. Now let's see how this is, because you can see the Zeke up here, and this is just, you know, camera rotation at its finest, really. This would never be an issue before. However, because I can see this from all the way back there, I can just kind of line up a headshot and he'll die instantly, which is no good. So I'm going to have to do something different here. I might have to scrap one of these groups so that like the group is aggroed before, like as you turn around this corner or something. I can take a look at like how the camera rotation will work. So if you were rotated this way and you didn't rotate again, that wouldn't really do anything. Unless the pole was right here and then there was a group right here. But if you rotated again, you'd see everything. So it's all about the way you rotate your camera with these little visual tricks and trying to predict which way the people are going to rotate. I could maybe make this an aggro circle right here, hide something behind this, so you couldn't get an angle on it until after you aggroed. Trying to see. I don't know. It's hard to make this work with a Zeke. I'm gonna have to use just a Megamutton and try using Zekes later on somewhere. Alright, we'll test the other part. So yeah, if I stand here... Alright, so I mean the timing isn't bad. He does block for a while, the Defendatron. This one's not nearly as bad because it has a Defendatron. I could try to do the same thing with that group. Skip the what do you call it there? A Hunger Bot, and just use a Defendatron instead. I didn't really see how the bad dog worked, but that's fine. I'm going to be a little bit strong against Cyclopses that are level 28 right now anyway. So I think this should be okay. I'll have to watch replays to really see, so I can see, you know, people's actual strength versus where I'm at right now. So I think that's fine. The only things that I need to change was this, defending the bad dog instead. So what I can do is I can make delay the Jimbo more and move this guy away more. Although that will probably create an open angle to the bad dog. See, I don't mind the bad dog getting hit, that's the thing. Well, I do, because I want them to be over this trap before they hit. Because I want them to be trapped inside of here without a reliable escape. So, What I can do is move him a little bit farther away. I can move the Defendatron closer to the Jimbo as well, that would help. I think that should work. He defends the closest thing to him, so... Or I could just do that. That would work, probably. Especially if I turned him so that he's just right up against the wall. Well, that won't actually work because of this group. Alright, well I'm not moving it anymore, so screw it. We'll do this. I think that doesn't... well, it still kind of has an angle, I think. I don't know. That's a difficult one to do properly, because you want it so that they can't get inside of the room. But, maybe we can allow them to get inside of the room and just not give them the angle on the Defendatron. Like that. I don't know, I'll try something like this, I don't know. I have to tweak this a little bit more. I'd rather just move it back the way I had it before and watch replays instead. Just to see how people react to it. Alright, there was other things that I needed to change. This was a big one right here. So here I was going to think about taking both of these guys out. Which would mean I'd have to move him up because he has to almost be the spotter at this point. Which is what I don't really want to do, but it's the only way to do it if I'm going to use the Defendatron. And then I could easily throw in a bad dog here. I think actually there. I think that should block almost all of the angles to the Defendatron, although I have to be worried about the bad dog getting defended instead. So what we're going to do is move him back, that should work. That way the Zeke's one hex closer to the Defendatron. That should all work properly. Did I hate anything about this Mega Mutton pull? I don't really remember it. So I think it's fine. And then this group I think I liked quite a bit. I think the Defendatron Zeke is working well. This part, the only thing I'm a little concerned about is maybe the bad dog. I might want to switch it out for a Puppeteer. Or scrap both of them and switch it out for a different support unit. Possibly even scrap one of the Cyclops for something else, because if one of these Cyclops hits, the other one will not. Because you basically get thrown back once one of them hits. So, it's kind of giving you twice the amount of chances to hit once, but that's about it. I do want to offset them a little bit. So have one of them come a little bit quicker than the other. That way it will indeed give them two different chances to hit. They won't be swinging all at the same time. That should work like that. Alright. So, we're going to leave this as my next two rooms. Again, a lot of the stuff could change as I get replays, and I'll hopefully do a couple replay days after this, defense videos, all these come out. Hopefully I'll be able to do a couple replay days before I, kind of redo a couple things as I go up to level 32. I'll have to do a bunch of looting for Life Force before I do that, but this is going to end the second part of the video. For the next part, we're going to go into these 2 rooms and finish those up. And then again, we'll have this room and the boss room, and then go through and sweep through it for traps afterwards. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for part number 3.